Yeah, so we're gonna do the same thing that we always do. We're gonna start with a 5 minute sort of meditation, grounding, centering, and I hope that your space is prepared. So I have my yoga mat, I have my yoga blocks if you have those. I have my pinky ball and my foam roller, and I have a scarf that like I use on my head, but I'm gonna just use that as my stretch band, as my TheraBand. So as long as you have those things sort of by your side and available, then you're good to go. Wonderful. So let's have a seat on our mat and drop into our meditation.
Wherever you are right now, you can experience this brief moment that is designed to align your mind with a sense of calm and notice your spirit resonating with positive energy. You'll also discover how easy this is for you to achieve and how easy it is for you to experience positive energy at any time, all because you focus right now on this technique. As you allow yourself to sit comfortably and just look or focus straight ahead, and take in a deep breath through your nose. Hold that deep breath and exhale and simply close your eyes as your body just relaxes there and your hands are just resting down. And you're listening to me deliver this message about how you can be aware that profound positive energy is beginning to flow toward you as you create a comfortable momentary pause in time that allows you to drift on a quiet and calm wave right now. And you don't have to picture that positive energy. Just focus on it as you make this powerful shift by placing your attention on something about you, whether inside or outside, that you can feel very grateful for right now. And as you think about or imagine that item that reflects your feeling grateful, take another deep breath in through your nose, focusing on that gratitude. And when you exhale, you can simply mouth the words, "Thank you," and expel all of your breath at the very end. And you don't have to think about how easy this may seem for you to accomplish this so successfully, because you've already tuned your attention to awareness that there's something right now, in this moment, you are thinking about, you feel so grateful for. And it's okay that a person may not know how you can quickly shift in any instant and focus on something that reflects your feeling gratitude. And I won't tell you that shifting your attention to something you are grateful for in any one of your present moments happens effortlessly. Because the more you realize, focus immediately at any time for the wonderful good that you always can be aware of, the more your positive emotions and energy can continue to rise up within you and fill you, as any old negative emotions simply drift away. And sooner or later, you'll simply notice how at any time, because you immediately become aware if your conscious mind wants to lure you down a path of uncertainty or negativity, your subconscious mind quickly alerts you to the knowledge that you remain tethered in your immediate moment, observing your thoughts that notice everything that you feel so much gratitude for. As right now, once again, thinking of that concept that reflects how you feel grateful, breathe that gratitude in deeply through your nose, allowing it to fill your lungs and flow through you into every part of you. And just say or mouth the words, "Thank you," as you expel all of the air and send that gratitude back out into the world around you. And you can always breathe the energy of something you are grateful for, and notice how that gratitude tethers you in your moment. So you always prevent your mind from drifting into thoughts that are not worthy of your attention. And you notice how you call forth and attract more positive energy that you are so grateful for. As I count upward to the number 3. 1. The power of your mind is turned on. 2. The power of your mind is turned up. And the next time you open your eyes, you'll discover how easy it is for you to feel so good being tuned into such positive energy awareness. And 3. Open your eyes, take in a deep breath, and feel so good as you experience this positive energy. Thank you, higher vibers, for being on this journey with us. And together, we've got this.
Very good. Let's continue. You can stay seated. And so, as you're seated, we'll just drop our chin to our chest, feeling the neck, the back of the neck opening up, allowing the shoulders to just drip down the spine. And we're going to look to our right, halfway, drop the head down in front of you, and look to the left. We're going to do this probably maybe 5 times. And you can go at your own pace, just feeling whatever's happening. You're not trying to correct anything or do anything specific except for looking left and right. Allowing the repetition to wake up those muscles. And then as we go back down towards the right, we're going to take our half circle to the back. Ooh, hello, see the ceiling. And taking little half circles right and left. Again, reminding our bodies to drop our shoulders and relax as much as we can while still engaging the core and keeping our spines upright. And we'll take a full circle, dropping the head down and looking left into the ceiling. And again, you can go at a pace that feels good to you. And let's reverse and go the other way. As you're looking at the ceiling in that roll, that you're feeling the front of the neck elongate. Very good. And keeping the head down, you're going to take your right hand and bring it over to your left side of your head. And you can lift your head up and just open up your neck towards the side. So I'm taking my right hand and I'm just resting it on the left side of my head, dropping my shoulder down away from me, feeling my core engaged and lengthening up, and allowing all of that opposition to just open up my body. And lifting the hand gently off the head and recentering your head. Take the left hand, we're going to do the same thing. So resting your left hand on the right side of your head. And I'm not pulling, but I'm just resting, allowing the weight of my hands and my wrist kind of just open up the right side of the neck, dropping the shoulder down and away. And breathing here, not trying to pull or do necessarily anything, but taking that rest and breath. And we'll release that. And we're going to take our hands together, interlace your fingers, and bring your hands to the back of your head. And what I want you to do is push into the back of your head while you're pulling the elbows forward, finding some moments of tension. And what I'm imagining is that there's light coming out of my elbows to the diagonal. And I'm lifting up in my back, so I'm feeling my lats start to activate, and I'm pushing my head behind me as I'm pulling my head forward. And then just take the hands and just lengthen the back of the neck. So I'm just taking my hands from the base of my neck and pulling it up to the nape of my neck. Very good. And bring those arms all the way up. And let's roll our wrists as they bring our arms out to the side. Ooh, and roll your shoulders back. Oh my goodness. All right. We're going to come to the side. into our figure four. What is this? Tabletop. Let's come to our tabletop. So our wrists are going to be in line with our shoulders, and we're going to take our cat-cows here. So I'm also relaxing my ankles down so that I'm not curling my toes, but then I'm feeling the top of my ankles making contact with the mat. And I'm going to take a contraction in and drop my chin to my chest, opening up my spine. And then I'm going to drop down and arch and lift my head. Ooh, and then coming in and up. Taking a pause as you arrive in each position. And feeling the how that you're getting from one place to the other, not necessarily the what that you're doing. So for my arch, I'm engaging my abdominals and then lifting up and dropping my chin to my chest. And out, and making sure that we're breathing. I'm breathing, obviously, because I'm talking, but I want to make sure that you're being intentional about your breath. And then from here, we're going to take circles. So I'm going to drop my head to the right and take my hips in the opposite direction. And I'm going to just circle around, going through the back of the body into the front of the body. And for me, I feel like I need to bring my hips back a little bit as I come forward. So if you want to make your circles a little bit more dynamic, you can, or you can keep them stationary. And then we're going to reverse and go the other way, dropping the chin to the chest. And we'll take like 3 more here. Feeling the back start to wake up a little. Feeling my wrists waking up a little. Very good. And when I complete the next circle, I'm going to send my pelvis back and take a child's pose. So you bring your toes together and open your knees slightly, maybe to the edge of your mat, and just walk your hands forward and bring your forehead onto the floor. And I'm actively pushing into the mat, rotating my armpits so my armpits are facing the mat. And I'm pushing my hands into the floor and sending my pelvis behind me. So I'm not just resting here, but my arms are actively engaged. Very good. And if your toes are together, you can rock yourself forward and just separate your toes slightly. We're going to roll ourselves up through our back, send the pelvis forward, drop the pelvis down, opening the chest. And you're going to lower yourself down. And then peel yourself back, sending the pelvis back to that child's pose, rolling up through the spine, walking yourself forward, dropping the hips, opening up and rolling down onto the floor. Let's take 3 more of those. So this would be the first one. And again, you're doing this at your own pace and timing. And coming down, just getting that blood to circulate. And for me, I have 1 more, so this is my last set to go around. I'm going to roll up and drop forward. Ooh, very good. And let's grab our foam roller and shake your wrists out if your wrists feel like they might need a little stretch, a little love. You can grab your foam roller. I wouldn't recommend, if you have a ribbed one, I wouldn't recommend using that one yet. And we're going to start on our back. Let me just adjust my mat. There we go. We're going to start on our back. And so we're going to take the foam roller and bring it to your lower back, finding the middle of your foam roller. And I'm going to lower it down to my lower back, the top of my glutes. And I'm just going to straighten one leg and bring the other, and bring it in. And then go out to the other side. Whew. Just opening up the front of the hips a little bit. Making sure that we're breathing. Very good. Bringing your knees into your chest and you're going to rock side to side. For me, I'm going to use my forearms to hold my foam roller in place. And I'm just rocking side to side on the top top of the back of the pelvis. So your lower back, where the lower back and the glutes meet. And if you need to bring the foam roller down a little bit, you can, depending on where your tightness is. And then I'm gonna stay on one side. Ooh, I need to adjust myself. I'm gonna stay on one side and just roll out the top of that left glute. That's my side, and my rotators. We did a lot of table studies this week, so the back of my legs are definitely very sore. And so I'm just gently rocking side to side over the tightest part of that area. And then I'm gonna come up and adjust myself and go to the other side. Gently just rolling or rocking over the top of those rotators. Ooh, very good. And come back to center. And then I'm gonna lift my hips up and send my foam roller up my back a little bit and walk myself down. And using your feet and your abdominals to push yourself, rolling front and back, widening the back. Very good. My upper back is always a little tight, so for me, I know that I spend a little bit more time at the top, but for you, it might be your middle back or your low back that you might want to focus on. So you're just finding that spot after you've done a full scan. You're just going to find that spot and just rock over it a few times. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And for me, I like to go to the topmost part of my back, and I'm going to put my hips on the floor, and I'm arching and sending my arms forward. I'll probably lengthen my legs. And I'm just kind of shoulder shrugging, bringing the right shoulder up and left shoulder up, alternating. Just getting into that little bit of those crevices in the back of the deltoids. It's really hard to kind of access that, so I'm just doing the best that I can. And what I would probably recommend is after doing this, like if we had time, you could use a tennis ball or your lacrosse ball. I also have an S hook that I got for like, I don't know, $5. You can also use your S hook to get the top of the back. Okay. Ooh, very good. Let's sit up if you're ready, or when you're ready. And we're actually going to send the foam roller to the back of the legs. And so I'm going to bring my hamstrings on top, and I'm rocking back and forth, and again engaging those abdominals as I do so to help me rotate front and back. And you can stay here if you need a little more. My hamstrings are not as tight, so I'm going to go ahead and put my hips on the floor and roll my foam roller forward and get to those calves. Woo! The calves are always hurt. Whether I foam roll every day or not, they just always feel like they're in pain. So almost like the action of being on a swing. So I'm just kind of kicking my legs up and down over one area, then I roll the foam roller down the leg. Woo! Yes. And then you can also do some windshield wipers. So just rocking the feet like left and right and rolling over that, and then going up and down. So I'm doing a combination of the swing set action and then the windshield wiper action. And I'm going to take it down a little lower to the back of the ankles. And y'all know that I was having some trouble with my ankles last week, or my foot. So I've been taking care of it all week, and it's doing all right, but you know, you have to walk, right? You have to like move, so it doesn't, you know, your feet and your ankles don't get a whole lot of rest necessarily. So there's that. All right, we're gonna flip ourselves over. I'll face this way today. And what you're gonna do is, again, we're not rolling over our joint, over our kneecap. So we're gonna keep the foam roller above the kneecap, and we're gonna roll out the quad. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk myself forward. Woo-hoo-hoo. Very good. Oh my goodness. Okay, quads. And again, I'm using my core to hold me up. And I'm also using my forearms I'm pressing my forearms into the floor as I'm rolling myself up and down. Actually, I can move my foam roller up so I can stay on my mat. There we go. Woo! Hello. Yes. I also got some feedback that, that IT band was intense last week. And we're going to do it again this week because your IT band, that's one of the areas that needs to be like rolled as often, I feel, as possible. Particularly in my opinion, in my non-PT opinion, I'm not a PT, but because the IT band starts from the back of the leg and wraps around and connects into the knee in the front, I just always want to protect my knees, right? And so part of that is being able to relax and get some blood circulated into that IT band. But it also hurts. And so what I'm gonna do is, when I'm at the top, so the foam roller is sort of in the middle of my hamstring, and I'm like sitting on it. Now as I roll, I'm gonna rotate myself to the front as I'm coming up and down. So it's not that far of a roll, but I'm just rolling from the back to the front. Woo, very good. I hope we're okay. I'm sure it's intense. Let's go to the other side. Woo, so I'm on the side of it. Whoa, oh my goodness. The side up towards the front. So I'm coming back down. I'm in the back of the hamstring. And then I'm going to rotate as I'm rolling forward towards the front. Woo! Very good. Let's come to the front of our bodies. And we're going to go right into the hips. So I'm going to bring the foam roller all the way up towards the top of my pelvis, and then I'm going to rotate to the outside, and then rotate through the middle and to the outside of the other side. And I'm just rocking from one to the other. So really getting the back of the pelvis, the front of the pelvis, the sides of the pelvis, because we use our pelvis a lot. Very good. I'm going to put one leg to the outside of the foam roller, and then I'm just going to stay in the pocket or the crease, there we go, the crease of the hip, and I'm just rolling up and down, opening up that hip, getting, again, some blood circulating there, any tightness that we might feel in our hips. Circulating the blood will be good for stretching when we stretch in a minute. Very good. And once you've done that a few times, we're going to flip and go to the other side. You can just roll to the other side. I'm just going to change all the way. And again, my leg is on the outside of the foam roller, and then my hip is right on the center, and I'm just rolling up and down into the crease of the hip. Woo! Hello. Good morning. Very good. So when you're done, or if you want to do any other areas, you can. Whew. We're going to come to our seated position. We're going to bring our feet together. And just rock your hips side to side a little bit, finding a comfortable position. Now my hands are on the outside of my ankles, and I'm putting a little tension on the front of the ankle, so I'm pressing the hands back, and then I'm just rotating the hips. I'm pushing to the right, forward, and then switching left and right and left. Ooh, a little butterfly bounce there to relax that, open it up, We're gonna take a contraction back in 2 counts and drop the head down towards the feet, 2 counts. Reach the head forward into your flat back and lift up, making sure that your elbows stay on the outside of the leg. So I take my contraction, as I drop my head forward, my elbows are coming forward as well. My fingers are sort of underneath my leg. I'm gonna extend my back forward and then coming up. Yeah, let's do 2 more of those. Rounding the spine, dropping the head, reaching forward and coming up. 1 more. Rounding the spine, dropping the head, reaching it forward and coming up. Let's reverse that. So we'll go forward with a flat back. So just gently, it could be a diagonal, dropping the head down. We're not trying to force any type of position. We're just finding a little bit of a flow, allowing the spine to get a little bit of water action right now. Yambalu, dropping the head down, rounding back. And let's do 1 more. Forward, making sure that you're breathing, contract, and roll up. Very nice. Stretch the legs in front of you. Bring your arms up. I'm actually going to face the side. Arms are up, lifting, and just taking a moment here to feel your hands energetically connecting, almost like there's like a little bit of electricity between one hand and the other. Feeling the back of the legs, making contact with your mat. So I'm feeling my hamstrings touching the floor. I'm feeling my calves touching the floor. I'm trying to feel the lower part of my shin aiming to touch the floor. Very good. And we're going to lift up and stretch ourselves forward. So I'm just lengthening forward, taking your time. I'm going to drop our head down. And again, I'm not trying to pull and do anything. I'm literally just hanging out here forward. I'm going to roll myself up and bring my arms up and bring my awareness to that electricity that's flowing from one hand to the other, dropping those shoulders down, feeling the abdominals aligning with the front of the body to the back of the body. So my spine is nice and straight. I'm going to lift up in the lower part of the trunk of the torso, lengthen myself forward, and just relax and breathe, not trying to pull anything. You can rock side to side when you get there, relaxing the neck gently. And we're going to do 1 more set of this. So I'm going to roll myself up, lift my arms up, feeling that electricity, dropping those shoulders, connecting to those abdominals, and then lifting up as I lengthen myself forward, floating myself down, rounding that spine, and then just rocking side to side. Very good. Let's scoot myself. I'm going to scoot myself forward, and you can get your strap or scarf or TheraBand prepared next to you. And we're going to bring our knees into our chest. Ooh. Very good. And drop 1 foot down. So I have my outside leg, my left leg is going to be on the mat. And I'm just pressing my the top of my leg into my torso. And I'm going to just make gentle circles with that leg. Trying not to let the left leg rock as well. So I'm finding a little bit of stability on the left side and then just making my circles with the right. And they can be big or small. I like to start small. And then when you're ready, we'll go to the other side, whatever direction that circle is. And one circle might feel a little more comfortable than the other. What I want you to do though is really think about that foot that's on the floor and making sure that that side of the body is not swaying with you. Very good. And so then from here, we're going to take the back of the leg and just lengthen it up. Again, I'm not trying to pull. I'm just straightening my leg, and I'm holding, supporting my leg in my hands, engaging my lower abdominals. So I'm feeling my lower back connecting to the floor. I'm feeling my upper back melting into the floor. My scapula are nice and wide. My shoulders are flat on the floor. My left foot is nice and flat, and I'm not letting it roll to the outside, but I'm really feeling that sensation of all 3 points of the foot making contact with the floor. So my big toe, my pinky toe, and my heel. And the leg that's up in the air, it's okay if it's not fully straightened. We just want to let those legs hang out at the top, and I'm circling my ankle. Woo, hello. And when you're ready, you'll go to the other side. I've already done a few circles, so I apologize that I didn't cue that sooner. Very good. You yourself a gentle little pull in. And then you're going to bounce the leg down, relaxing the ankle. And then you're going to shake the leg out at the bottom, straightening that leg. And bring your right foot flat on the floor. Let's change legs. So I'm going to bring my left knee into my chest and just sort of pressing into that torso. And then you're going to make gentle circles, feeling the right side, giving you that stability so that as you're making the circle on one side, you're not losing the supporting side on the other. And then what do you need to do that? So feeling all 3 points of your foot connecting with the floor. Also sending my lower abdominals into the mat. And you can reverse your circle when you're ready. And this might be really challenging. It's feeling challenging to me to keep that supporting side stable. But just bringing our awareness to it is great in its own. And then you bring your knee into your chest when you're ready, and just gonna bring your hands to the back of our leg, interlace your fingers, and I'm not trying to pull necessarily, I'm just supporting my leg up, feeling that connection, establishing the back of the pelvis into the floor, engaging those lower abdominals, wide back, opening up the shoulders, or feeling the chest opening in the front, taking small circles with the leg that's in the air, not the leg, the ankle. And when you're ready, you're going to reverse that. Very good. And take a gentle little pull closer to you and bounce the leg down, relaxing the ankle, and then straightening the leg out and shaking the leg. Woo, very good. Before we do our hamstring stretch, I want to open up the hips first. So I'm going to actually have us flip over, and then we'll come back to the our backs in a second. So we're going to go ahead and flip ourselves over, and I'm going to take my left leg forward. And again, my right leg is engaged with the floor, and I'm just going to rock my hips forward, woo, and back gently. And you can put your hands on the floor. If you need your yoga block, you can take your yoga block for a little bit of support. And I'm just going forward and back. And then the next time that I find myself forward, I'm just going to hang out in the front. Ooh, you can turn your front foot, turn it out if that feels good to you. It does to me. And again, I'm engaging those abdominals to help support my spine so that my hip flexor can just open on its own terms. Breathing into that part of the body. Ooh, all that sitting that we've done this week. Very good. And then we're going to lift up the hips. So I'm engaging the abdominals, and I'm going to send the pelvis back, straightening that front foot. I'm going to flex and just wag the tail. The tail meaning your ankle. Ooh, hello. I don't know. This makes my ankle feel, I feel like I didn't realize how tight my ankle is until I try to take it back and forth. Very good. We're going to send ourselves forward again. And this time, lift the toes up onto the floor. Ooh, and straighten that leg. And if you want to rock a little bit side to front to back, you can. And we're just holding here for 10, 9, pressing that heel to the floor behind you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lifting the pelvis up, straightening that leg in the back, and just dropping the head. Whoo, relaxing that neck, and you can shake your head no and yes a little bit. Just making sure that the neck is not holding on to any tension. And we're going to bend the knee and press the hips forward again. And one more time, straightening that leg. Very good. And walk yourself to the middle. And we're just going to drop down, keeping our tailbones up towards the ceiling. Again, if you want your yoga block to kind of support you, you can. If you're ready to put your hands on the floor, your forearms on the floor, whatever feels good to you. And we're going to gently just soften the knees, making sure the knees are going over the middle toe. What I'm going to have us do is lift ourselves up and bring our forearms to the outside of the inside of the top of the leg. Oh. And I'm just rocking gently side to side. And I'm going to send my tailbone up, head down again, lengthening the back of the legs, feeling the weight forward on the ball of the feet a little bit. I'm gonna walk myself over to the right side, turning out, and I'm gonna bend the knee down, tuck those back toes under, and you can bring your yoga block forward with you if you need it. And I'm just gonna rock myself front and back. Again, we wanna always you wanna get blood circulating to the area before you stretch it. So you just being active, right? Dynamic stretching as it's called. So we wanna just make sure that the blood is flowing, and then we'll stay to the front, pressing the heel into the floor, the front heel into the floor. My front foot is turned out, my knee is over my middle toe. I'm engaging my abdominals to support my lower back, and that in turn is allowing the hip flexor to open and just drop to the floor on its own. I'm not forcing it, just feeling it lengthening. Very good. And I'm going to send the pelvis back and straighten that leg in front of me, and I'm just going to relax my foot and roll it side to side like a windshield wiper. And I feel this not only in my ankle, but all the way up the back of my leg. So that's good. Ooh. And I'm like, I don't know if you're cracking, but I'm definitely like cracking over here. And we're gonna put the foot back down on the floor, send the pelvis forward. You're gonna tuck those toes underneath you and lift the knee up, pressing the heel towards the floor behind you. Engaging those abdominals, pressing the hands into the floor to help create that opposition so that the hip flexor can open. And we're going to send our tailbone up, dropping your head. And just shake the head, yes and no, gently. And this is just ensuring that there's no tension in the neck as we're relaxing forward. And we're going to send the knee forward and come back down into that lunge. Very good. And one more time, sending the tailbone up, dropping the head, and gently giving your head a shake. Just ensuring that there's no tension. Very good. And walk yourself forward to the front again. And just relaxing forward. Ooh. So something that feels good to me when I'm in this position is I'm going to walk my hands almost like if I was in a down dog. So I'm going to walk my hands forward, pressing my armpits towards the back behind me, the floor, and I'm going to lift my head up and arch. Ooh, hello. And just drop down. Shake my head. And then I arch up again, rotating those armpits towards the floor, and drop down. Very good. All right, let's come down onto the floor. Good, we're making pretty good time. Let's come down onto the floor and do our hamstring stretch. So I introduced this to you last week. And I know that Vlad's in here, and Vlad, I don't think that you saw this last week. So what we're gonna do is, this is an exercise that's really, it's easier and, in my opinion, better to do with a partner, but it's something that you can do by yourself as well. So if you had a partner, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift your leg up, and what your partner would do is your partner would be standing in front of you, and your partner would be pushing on the back part of your leg. So they would be standing there and giving you resistance. And what you're gonna do is, as they're trying to push your leg this way, you're gonna be pushing your leg towards them. So it's almost like you're trying to knock them over, and they're trying to knock you over, like an arm wrestle. And that's the tension that we wanna create. So what we're gonna do by ourselves is you'll grab your t-shirt or your towel or your strap or your TheraBand or whatever it is that you have available to you. And we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna keep my left foot flat on the floor, and I'm gonna be pulling my leg back, but as I'm doing that, I'm pushing my leg forward to find that resistance. So you should feel the back of the leg firing up, and we're gonna hold this for 10, actively pushing. 9, 8, 7, 6, my lower abdominals are into the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to relax and just draw the leg closer to me. Very good. And bend the knee, soften that leg down. Give it a couple bounces. And we're going to straighten the leg up. And again, you're going to push push and pull at the same time. So I'm pushing my hamstring towards the space in front of me while I'm pulling my leg behind me. So creating that tension, and I'm gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, lower back is on the floor, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to relax everything and then pull the leg a little closer. Woo, hello. So with each set that we do, the leg gets closer and closer to your chest. And so we're going to bounce that down. And again, if you have a partner, it's even more effective, although you can do it by yourself. Last set, so I like to do either 3 or 4. So we'll do 3, and so you're straightening up your leg. So when we just started this, my leg was here in front of me, and now, as I'm doing my 3rd set, I'm already ready to be behind myself a little bit, behind my center a little, and I'm gonna press forward, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, pressing that heel to the ceiling, 1, and relax. Last time, and just lengthening that leg towards you. Very good. Ooh, and bring it down. Yeah, so that's a guaranteed increase on the flexibility of the hamstring. And we'll shake that out. And for me, I'm just gonna give my hip a little bit of a massage there, because I know that that's an area that after I'm stretching, or as I'm stretching, it like seizes up almost, like gets tight again. So I just want to let the blood circulate a little bit before I do the other side. So right foot's going to be flat on the floor, or the opposite for whatever side you did first. I'm going to wrap my foot and bring both sides together of my towel or t-shirt or whatever you have. And you're going to press your heel towards the ceiling, so the back of the leg is activated. That's how we're going to activate that. And I'm going to push the hamstring forward as I'm pulling back for 10, 9, feeling those lower abdominals on the floor, making sure that the opposite leg that's on the floor is not rotating out, but that is giving me some support. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm just going to relax and gently bring the leg back. It doesn't have to go back very far, just gently releasing that. And then I'm going to bounce the leg down, relaxing, letting that hamstring release a little. And I'll do my 2nd set. Heel is towards the ceiling, pressing the back of the leg forward as I'm pulling away, creating that tension. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing that and drawing the leg a little closer, pressing that right foot into the floor, again creating that opposition, bending the knee, and just relaxing that down, taking a couple bounces, and we'll do our 3rd set. So I'm going to straighten that leg up, pressing forward as I'm pulling back, 10, 9, heel is towards the ceiling, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing and just drawing that leg back a little more. Yes, and bounce that down. So my left leg is a little tighter today than my right. And I'm going to lengthen the leg in front of me and shake that out. And then I'm also just going to give my hips a little bit of massaging there in that pocket, allowing the blood to just circulate. So sometimes, the blood just gets stuck. So we want to just make sure that we're helping it to move around, especially those of us that have tight muscles. The blood just gets, I think, caught up in the tightness. It's almost like a net. Woo! All right, so let's do a couple rolls. So we're gonna rock ourselves front and back. Just opening up the body. Very good. And we'll flip ourselves over and come to a little squat position. And we'll take just a couple of gentle bounces here. And you're going to straighten the legs, send the tailbones up. So what I'm going to do is put my hands together behind my ankles and then straighten my legs. And it's okay if they're not fully straightened. You just want to lengthen them as much as you can. Dropping your head down, relaxing your neck by shaking it out front and back, side to side. And we'll bounce down again. In hands behind the ankles and straighten up to whatever feels good to you. Woo. Very good. One more set. And we're going to straighten the legs. All right, we're going to take one more thing on the floor. So we're going to walk ourselves forward, bring my knees down on the floor, tucking my toes under. And I'm going to walk my hands behind me. Go forward. I'm going to walk my hands behind me. And I'm going to open up those shoulders and then engage the glutes below. And lifting those hips up and stretching the front of the quads. I'm also feeling this on the inside of my biceps, pressing those hands into the floor. And then I'm opening the chest, so I'm imagining that I'm trying to get my shoulders directly to the side. And soften the elbows, send the pelvis down. Release that. You can walk yourself forward. Very good. I'm going to shake my hands out because my wrists get tight. We're going to do another one. So I'm going to walk my hands back behind me. So my fingertips are facing forward. So my fingertips are going that way. Opening the chest, and then I'm going to lift the hips up. Very good. And soften the elbows, send the pelvis down. Releasing that, walking yourself forward. And I like to come to my forearms and just rock side to side a little bit. Very good. And walk yourself up and shake those wrists out. We're going to do one more of that quad stretch. So fingertips are behind you. Hands are behind you. Fingertips are facing in front of you and lifting those hips up and opening up those quads one more time. Very good. Send the pelvis down. Softening the elbows. Shaking that out. Walking yourself forward. Rocking my hips right and left. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to just stretch our feet a little bit. So you're going to tuck your toes under. This one is intense. You might not feel like you want to do this, and that's okay. So I'm tucking my toes under and I'm going to sit backwards, and I'm stretching out those arches. Well, you might feel it in your toes. Right now I'm feeling it in my toes. So I don't stay here for a long time personally. And then I'm going to lift myself up. Relax those toes down. Sitting back on it. Very good. And I'm going to do that again. Tuck the toes under. And then sitting back on those heels. And coming forward, we're going to do one more. So I like to do like 3 repetitions of things. One, because the first one that you do is just like establishing what you're doing. And also it might be like too intense to hold. And we've got to get blood flow to the area. So I like to do 3 because by the time I get to the 3rd one, then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm starting to feel it sort of open up or loosen up or get the stretch or whatever it is that I'm trying to go for. Very good. And we're going to go forward. Step down. Again, rocking the hips right and left. And we're going to tuck the toes under one more time and go to our down dog. So you might need to walk your legs back. And then you can kind of run in place, softening those heels towards the floor and lifting them up. And then also what I'm doing is I'm pressing my hands into the floor. Yeah? Rotating those armpits forward towards the mat. And let's lift the right leg up. Just opening up that hip a little bit. And coming down, softening both knees. And you're going to switch legs and just brush that leg up. And pressing the hands into the floor. And soften the knee. Very good. And walk your feet forward. And just hang here. You can grab the elbows. And let your shoulders come up into your ears. Softly relax that and just roll yourself up. And if you want to be sort of moving as you're coming up, that's fine. Again, it's so early for the bodies that we want to make sure that that blood is circulating more than anything. You can't stretch if there's no blood there. And so we want to make sure that we're waking up the body and getting it together. All right. If you have a pinky ball or tennis ball or just a hard surface that you can kind of put your foot on, and we're just going to roll out all that stretching that we just did on the arches of the feet. Very good. And I like to get my toes too. And then once you're done on one side, you can do the other side. And this is good too because again, it's about that blood circulation. And I feel like, you know, our feet, dancers are very specific about our feet. You know, we do our tendus and our plies in our classes to kind of like warm them up. But everyday folks, you know, like you just get up and put your shoes on and go outside and go about your day. And that's your foundation, right? Like your ankles, your feet, your toes. And we want to make sure that before we're asking them to do these things and support us fully, that we're allowing that blood to circulate and waking it up a little bit, right? Very good. All right, let's transition. Let's transition to, and you can at this time stretch anything else you want to stretch. For me, I'm always like tight in my upper back and neck, so I constantly am like giving myself little massages as I go. Yeah, and so we will go to our warm up. And so the warm up, because now the class, you know, we did an hour of restorative work, and then we have an hour to do some technique, stretching, conditioning. Well, we already stretched, but technique, conditioning, and then the phrase. So I'm gonna kind of like move us right along. The first part is we're just gonna go from the roll downs to your high laterals, to your flat, cat-cow is in there too, to your flat back sequence. Let's just do today, let's do 4 count flat backs up, 4 counts over, 4 counts up, 1 time. Let's do the 2 count, 1, 2, arms for 2, plie for 2, come back out for 2, up, pelvis press, come to your center, bring your arms down twice. Then we do our roll down to our diagonal, come up. We have that twice. Then we're just gonna do one, instead of doing the flat back with the plie and then the releve and hold till 8, let's not do that one. You're just gonna come up for 2 and then plie and then go to our diagonal. So we'll take that one out and just go immediately to that diagonal one. We hold for 4 and then the arms swim 2 counts and we come up and down. We do that twice, reverse the flat back and roll up. So I'm just taking one piece of the flat backs out. And then we come to the front and we do our demis into our lateral and really trying to feel and reestablish the front of the body to the back of the body. So what I'm thinking with that, to give you some imagery, is the front of the body meaning my lower abdominals and the back of the body meaning my ribs. So I'm taking the front of the body and connecting it to the back of the body. So I'm bringing both of those things into the center by lifting here and also by lifting here. So when you hear me cueing you and saying connecting the front of the body to the back of the body, that's what I'm talking about. So after we've done all of this, connecting the front to the back, then we're going to bring our feet together. You'll have 4 counts, and then we'll do the feet articulations with our tendus. We'll do it with our turned out. We'll do our chasse with our contractions. We'll do our rebounds. We'll do fortification 1. So it's a lot of things, but we've been doing it for a long time. So I think that we'll be sort of okay. And if not, I know that those of you that are in here will be able to make adjustments as needed. Oh, I see a comment. I did not realize how badly my body needed that. Thank you. Oh, yes, you're welcome. Yeah, we don't realize it because I think that we just kind of, I don't even think that it's intentionally taking our bodies for granted, but like we just live in a world in a society that that's like on go, right? Like you got to get up and go. Like I got a meeting at this time. I need to like put my clothes on and like get wherever I'm going, and that there's somehow it's like this luxury to like take care of your body, or like it's like some kind of like self-care thing that I do on a Sunday. Like, what? That's BS, right? Anyway, in my life it's BS. I try to come to myself first before I go out into the world, in the same way that I don't jump up out of bed and immediately get on the phone. Like, you get up, you brush your teeth, you have the things that you do. And I also try to have those things that I do with my body, because we demand so much of it, even if it's just getting up and walking to the place that we need to go for the day. But that type of thing that we're doing every single day, it builds up. All right, here we go. I think we're ready. All right. 5 feet together. 6, 7, parallel first. Roll down 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend the knees. 2 counts. And straighten. Hang here. 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll up. 4 counts. Bend the knees. 2 counts. Even this feels different. You're rolling down to rolling up after doing all of that foam rolling. The body just feels more ready. Head to the right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down. 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. Bend the knees. 2 counts. And straighten. Hang here. 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll up. 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. Bend the knees. 2 counts. Front of the body to the back of the body. Up. Hang here. 2 counts. 5, 6. Arms and heels down. Head to the left. 4 counts. 2, 3 feet apart. 2 counts. Here we go. Roll down. Bend the knees. 1 count. And straighten. Stay 2 counts. Roll up. Bend the knees. 2 counts. Engaging the front of the body to the back. Lifting up. 4 counts. Arms and heels down. Weights forward on the balls of the feet. Head to the right. Rolling down 2 counts. 1, 2. Bend the knees. 1 count. And straighten. Stay 2 counts. Roll up. Bend the knees. 2 counts. Front of the body to the back of the body. 4 counts down. 4, 3. Activating those quads to help support the shape. And left. 2. Connecting to that standing cat-cow. And arch for 2. And in. So I'm bouncing those knees a little bit out. Again, letting that blood continue to circulate, right? So that the muscles don't get stiff. Last time. Roll it up. High lateral right arm, 2 counts. Add the arm, just your leg is parallel. Send the pelvis over. Releve up. Feel those hips open. 1, 2. They finally feel like, oh, now I can like stretch a little bit. And down. It doesn't feel as difficult or unattainable. 3, 4, engaging the back of the body to the front of the body on that. Again, lifting, and add the arm, and drop. 6, 7, 1 count, here we go. 2 count plie, 2 count straighten, float the pelvis over, add the arms all the way up. Arms and heels down, back of the body to the front, left side, 1 count, 2 count plie, and straighten 2 counts. Float the pelvis over, and arms up, pelvis press as you come up, so opening up the front of the pelvis, left, start right, 2 counts, find your releve here, 2 counts, float the pelvis over, and pelvis press as I lift those heels up. It's a different sensation. Soften the front of the ankle, releve, send the pelvis over, pelvis press as you releve. Flat back, 4 counts, 2, 3, 4, 4 counts up, 2 counts, forward, 1, 2, add the arms, 1, 2, plie, change the arms, back out, 2 counts up, pelvis press, drop those shoulders, front of the body to the back of the body, and arms down, relaxing, 2 counts forward. forward. Arms forward, 2 counts. Feeling the back, bringing the arms and lengthen. 2 counts up. Drop the shoulders, pelvis press, front of the body to the back of the body. Arms down, 2 counts, rolling down, 4 counts to your diagonal. 2, 3, arms out by 4, and lift up 5, 6, 7, 8. And again. Taking your time. 2 count, flat back, forward, 1. Plie at the arms immediately. Releve, 2 counts. Plie, 2 counts. Diagonal, 4 counts, hold. 4, 3, 2, right arm circles to the left side. Pull out to come up. Arms and heels down. Last time, same thing. 2 counts, go forward. Plie, arms forward. Releve, up. Plie. Diagonal, 4 counts, here we go. 2, 3, left arm, we go 2 counts. Right arm, out to come up. Arms and heels down. Arms up, 4 counts. Flat back into that diagonal. Soften the knees to roll up, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms up and forward. Roll up. Facing the front. Demi, right arm 1. Spiral, lateral. Slide the ribs. Back of the body to the front of the body. C curve. Left arm. And straight and spiral. Lateral lift. Up, straighten the legs. Feel those quads lengthen. Arm forward. Again. Hold. 7 and 8. Right arm 1. And spiral. Lateral. Up. Over. Arm forward. Left arm 1. Spiral. Lateral. Wide second. And demi. Spiral. We're going to stay down as we port a bras. Arm forward. And left. Spiral. Lateral. Thinking about a pelvis press to help open the front of the hips. That also supports the port bra so that we're not grinding into our hip flexors, but that we're creating space. And left arm. Spiral, lateral. Arm forward. 4 counts, bringing our feet together. 6, 7, right foot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Left foot goes 1. Flex. Rebound, rebound. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Side. Everything is parallel. Good. Feeling the front of the body and the back of the body. This is really hard, particularly because we're changing the direction of the working leg. 1. Stay lifted. Every time that heel comes down, we lift the lower abdominals even more to create space. Left. 5. To the side. And rebound. Up. And left. Heel down. As I heel down, those abdominals are lifting up. We're going to go to our turned out. Add your plie. 4 on the 8. 2. And rebound. And up. And 1. 2. Feeling that supporting side working. I missed that plie to the side. Out. Ooh, the plie still feels funny on my right foot. 2. Plie. And 7 and 8 to the back. And swing. Left side. Here we go. Left foot. 2. Plie. Push. And 7 and 8 and right. Woo. And 1. 2. Plie. Push. And 7. Plie to the side. Plie. Swing. And close. Left. 2. Plie. Push. And 7 and plie back. Flex. And out. Chassé. Right down, up. 7 and 8. Plie 2 counts. And straight and up. Again, plie 2 counts. And straight and up. Rebound. 5, 6. Let's hold for our music. 7. Left leg. Here we go. Out 1. And in and out. Drop the arms to the front. Roll up. 7 and 8. Plie 2 counts. And straight and rotating. So a little pelvis press as we find that rotation. Yes. Heels down. 1, change. Open. Half turn. Here we go. Out, face the back. Out, face the front. Out to the left. Contract. Open up. And close. Left leg. Out 1. Face the back. Out. Face the front. Out to the right. Right leg. Out. Face the back. Out. Face the front. Out to the left. Face the back. Left leg. Right. Back. Woo. Hello. Out. Full turn. Out. Contract. Circle. Open. Use your back. 8 and front of the body to the back of the body. Hinge. Up 2 counts. Turn to the other side. Heel down. 9, 10, 11. Left leg. Here we go. Out. Full turn. I'm just being careful of my foot. Out to the right. And open. 8. Back of the body to the front of the body. Hinge. Lift. Turn. Heels down. 9, 10, 11. Arms up. Rebound. 2 circles. Drop down. To the right. Both. Again, 1, 2 circles. Down, left, and 2 circles. Down, upper back to the right. And drop down, left, and last set. Drop down. Sternum presentation. Left, rebound, and drop down. Sternum, upper back. Arms, 4 counts down. 4, 3, 2, heels up. Fortification 1. Right leg. 4 counts forward. Check that back foot as you're going down. Is it parallel? 4 counts up. Take your time so that you can make adjustments when you don't feel stable. That's the benefit of going slow. Up 2 counts. 4 counts. 6, 7, lateral to the left side. Flat back. Up. Pelvis press. Heels down. Step it in. Left side. We're almost done. Left leg front. Turn it out. Back leg parallel. Take your time so you can adjust if you need to. Where's your balance? Pressing those feet into the floor. 2 counts. Up. Front hand. Forward. Keeping it smooth. Lateral to the right. Up. Pelvis press. Heels down. Step it in. Yeah. Very good. That's like 13 minutes. Awesome. Put my fan on. So I keep saying pelvis press to create space, and that's a new way of thinking about what it is that I'm doing, and I think it's really actually quite helpful. So we all know that a pelvis press is literally just pushing the pelvis forward. So I'm not arching or trying to like crunch or thrust or anything. It's you have to lift in order to create space to open. So whenever I'm doing something like, for instance, when I'm taking my grand plie, so if I'm in my grand plie and I'm going to take my releve, what I don't want to do is just straighten the legs, look where my pelvis is, and then lift my heels up and then say, oh shoot, I'm having a hard time balancing. Well, of course, because you're not really aligned. The pelvis is still slightly forward. And I feel like for those of us that are seasoned or have like taken lots of classes, or like we dance this all the time, or we know the sequence, it's even more imperative for us to think about the how, because it's easy to just drop into mediocrity, right? Like it's easy to just like drop into like, oh yeah, I know, down, bend my knees and then find my releve and like see where I'm at. Or thinking about how I can activate that pelvis press. So I'm here, my grand plie. As I'm coming up, I'm already thinking about taking this as a pelvis press. So I'm not trying to arch back, but just lifting and opening. That way when I straighten my legs and lift my heels, the pelvis is already aligned for the rest of the body. And in order for my pelvis press to happen, I have to be engaging those abdominals. And if I'm engaging my abdominals, then the front of my body is automatically going to probably talk to the back of the body. You might have to think about this a little bit until we get that sort of conditioning happening, but I'm just keeping my arms up so that you can like see. So from here, I'm taking my pelvis press, I'm rotating, and then lifting those heels up and finding the front of the body with the back of the body and not dropping forward. Which is the same thing, I think that when we talk about rotation, we're like, oh, and rotate and rotate. But there's something that happens with the words of like rotation, especially when you know already that you don't have rotation, that it's easy, particularly for me, it's easy for me to just kind of check out of that and be like, oh yeah, rotation, that thing that I don't have. So I'll just like use what I can, right? Use what I can, meaning that I'm not really using it. Like whatever exists is what's gonna happen. And then like try to find other ways to make an adjustment. So instead of thinking about using your rotation in the traditional sense of it, of that phrase, but I'm thinking about using my rotation as in opening and taking that pelvis press, and that will automatically fire up the backside, because the only way this will be supported is if this is happening and if that's happening. Hopefully that imagery makes sense. It's a new-ish way of thinking, a new concept for me, and the way that I'm kind of like describing these things. So yeah, I see a comment, so I'm just coming closer. I really like this integration of the front and back body and the upper side. Yeah, okay, great. I'm glad. Yes, all the things. All the things. It's so funny because, you know, you go to school for stuff sometimes and I'm like, some of y'all sound like a book. You sound like you don't have a practice. Like you don't actually use these things. You just like are saying the thing that someone told you to say. And I try to speak from like, what does my body need? Because if my body needs it, I'm sure somebody else's body needs it. Anywho, let's move on. That's a lot of talking. What are we gonna do next? Okay, I want to do figure fours. So we're not gonna do our lateral tees yet. I'm gonna try to like incorporate some lateral tees and side tees and stuff into the other things that we're doing. I'm again trying to spice this up because we don't have a lot of time. Figure four. Okay, so stepping the right leg over 2 counts and coming out for 2 counts and over for 2 counts and out for 2 counts. Third time, over for 2, add the arm, come all the way up, hook the elbows, plie and straighten 2 times. We're gonna find our releve up 4 counts, extend the leg to the side 4 counts, up and over to your flat back. So I'm not in a lateral, I'm flat back, palms are down. I'm gonna soften that knee, C-curve around, step the feet together, roll up, I'm ready for the left side. Yeah? So we're gonna do 2 sets of this, plain. We're not gonna go to the floor today. After that, we're gonna go to our tendu with our Egyptians, and hopefully I'm gonna throw in some lateral tees. So we're gonna go 1, heel down, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, 6, 7, 8, to the back, face the side, releve 6, 7, 8, 4 releves down. We take our lateral over and come up 2 counts a piece, over and come up. We're gonna go to our flat back 2 counts, change the leg. So now I'm gonna go back leg parallel, front leg turned out to my lateral, bring everything up, finding that pelvis press, tendu and come in. We're ready for the other side. 1, side 2, to the back, face away, and then I'm lifting front of the body to the back of the body. Come all the way up, heels down 4 counts, 2 count lateral, 2 count up, 2 count lateral, 2 count up, flat back forward for 2. Take your lateral for 2, lift up by pelvis pressing, tendu the back leg or however your space is, and come in. We're gonna do 2 sets of that. So I didn't get to my lateral yet, lateral tees, but we'll do that maybe in the next one. Okay, I'm just looking at the time. Time keeps on slipping. Class music. So figure fours, and then we'll do the second part of the exercise. Oh, I gotta turn the volume up. Ready? 5, 6, right leg crossing over, 2 counts. Left arm is lifting and open. So we're getting another little stretch on that IT band, yeah? And open. Third time. 1, 2, add the arm. 3, 4, lift it up. 5, 6, 7, elbows. 8, plie, pelvis. It's going back and then lift up to that pelvis press. Down, up to your pelvis press. Front of the body, back of the body as you bring those arms up. 3, 4, lift the knee first, so get that close to your center and then stretch the leg. Up and over. 2, 3, 4, around. 5, 6, 7, roll up. 8, left leg, right arm. And open. Again, over. And open. One more, over. Add the arm. 4 counts up. 5, using those obliques. 7, hook the elbows. 8, send the pelvis back. And straighten. Again, back. Pelvis press to lift up. 4 counts. Back of the body, front of the body. 4 counts. 3, 4. Lift the knee first. Ooh, hello. Up and over. 6, 7, 8. C curve around. 2, 3. Right leg steps over. And out. Over. Last time. Add the arm. 4 counts up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Plie, 2 counts. And straighten. Again, plie. Pelvis press. 4 counts up. 3, 4. Lift the knee. Up and over. 4 counts around. Last time. Left leg over. And out. Over. Last time. And the arm. 4 counts up. 4, 3, 2. Plie, 2 counts. Set the pelvis down. 4 count releve. Again, I'm still feeling that pelvis press action happening. Lift. Up and over. Around. And to undo. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And out. 1, 2, 3. To the back. 1. Lift front to back. 4 counts up. 4, 3, 2. Heels down 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 counts. And up. Other side. Flat back. 2 counts. Woo. 7 and 8. Left and 2. To the side. Out. Shifting the pelvis to the back. 3, 4. Releve up. Closing the front and the back of the body. Heels down 4 times. 4. Pelvis press. And shift over. And up. And the other side. Flat back. Engage those abdominals. Lateral 2 counts. Change that back foot. 2 counts up. Same thing. And out. And close. And out. To the back. Face aside. 4 counts up. 4, 3, 2. Heels down. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 counts. And up. Again. 2. Flat back. Lateral. Up. Last set. Here we go. Left leg out. Heel. Out. And close. And side. 2. To the back. And 1, 2. Face aside. 3, 4. Heels up. 5, 6, 7, 8. Heels down. 1 and 2. Pelvis press. And 4. Lateral left. For 2. And up. Lateral down stage. 5, 6, and up. Engage your abdominals. Flat back. 2, lateral 3, 4, lift it up 5, 6, tendu 7, and 8. Whew, very good. In your flat back, this question came up actually in class last night, so I'm just gonna offer it here because maybe it's gonna be valid for you. When you go, the question was like, how do you go to your flat back in your wide second without like pressing back into the hamstrings? And so one, it's a practice, right? It's a practice on building the strength to hold the position. So now that that's kind of said, when I'm here, this is a good opportunity for me to think about this. I came up here. What I'm doing is, again, lifting those lower abdominals, and I'm really thinking about going up. And as I'm going up, I'm actually lifting my heels up off the floor a little bit, right? Like a little jolt. So that as I'm coming over, I'm actually forcing those abdominals to do the work to take myself forward. So then I can more clearly feel the inner thighs working, or that they're not working and, oh, I need to work them. Otherwise, what happens is when we're here with our heels on the floor, yes, we can think about engaging our abdominals and going forward, but inevitably what's going to happen is that the pelvis is going to go back, right? So I think that's something that's an encouragement, even if it's only gathering the information at this point, or if you feel like, actually, this is super, super helpful. For me, as I take my flat back, my heels are just barely up off the floor, so that I'm forcing those inner thighs to have to work to find that flat back, and I'm also supporting that with the with my lower abdominals. And then once I get to my flat back, I put my heels down, of course, or at any point you can put the heels down, but just take that and put that into your pocket as like, how can I access the flat back using the inner thighs without involving too much of the hamstrings? That's one of the ways that you can kind of approach that. All right, woo, time is ticking. We do need to do some leg swings. We're gonna do one set of leg swings. So here we go. 4 leg swings, high lateral, 6, 7, 8. Promenade around, 8 counts, lateral T, 4 counts. Plie 2, straighten 2, plie 2, straighten 2. Passe to the front, carry it side, float it down. We know this. Left side. Then part 2, we'll take our 4 leg swings into our front T. In for 2, out for 2, in for 2, roll it up. Find that releve if you feel ready. Finding that by finding the front and the back of the body, that'll give you that stability. Down the elevator, then send the leg back. So don't come down and just shoot the leg back, but we want to feel that whole sense of the body sliding out. 4, tailbones up, 4, roll it up. Part 3, we know this as well. 4 leg swings, lateral T, 6, 7, 8. Side T, 2, 3, 4. Drop it down, pick it up, drop it down, pick it up, drop it down, and hold. Or if you want to take that as a turn, you can take it as a turn. I don't really have space in here, but feel free. From there, though, we're going to go up to our table, 4 counts. Promenade around, you have 8 counts. We're going to plie and straighten, find your releve for 4 counts. From your releve of your table, or maybe not, maybe you're just holding your table, we're going to go through our lateral T, release swing, drop the pelvis, drop the head, circle the arm around, come up to your left leg tendu, and then do the left side. We're only going to do 1 set. That way we can get to the phrase, because it's almost 10:30. I'm going to sip some water. For a second. I'm like talking a lot and I just feel like, okay, very good. The pressure is on. Although at this point I just feel like I'm always pressured because I'm always trying to give a little more. I never can like teach the class and then just be done in a reasonable time. Like I can add one more thing. Let me see. That's too slow. All right, let me go back to my trusty. Oh, can we do this one actually? Okay, I tried it. We're gonna go into our trusty song. Right leg. 5, 6, 7, 4 swings. 1. High lateral. Pelvis press. Lateral T, 4 counts. Adjusting that back, that lower heel. Again. And straight. Again. Passe up, 2 counts. Front. Swing 4. High lateral. Promenade. Lateral T, 4 counts. Adjust that bottom heel. Plie. Passe up. Front. Four swing. Front heel. Left leg tendu. Last time, 4 swings. Woo, we got it. Side T. Hold. Table. Promenade. Plie 2 counts. Releve 4. Over. Woo-hoo. All right, shake that out. All right, I'm gonna breathe. Whew. Apologies, I don't think we're gonna get to coccyx balance because I want to do the phrase. So you can do some planks at the end, you know, or sometime in the day for yourself. But I'm just gonna skip us ahead. So this is a phrase. This is week 3 of doing this. So where are we? Right arm goes across the left side of the body. Come down on the right. Drop the head. It's really important to drop the head because your head is the beginning of your spine. So if you're going to roll up with any type of balance, we want to make sure that our head is all the way down so that we can feel. That's going to be that's the, like if you had a rope and you had like a bowling ball at the end, you're going to be able to feel where you're at. If your head is over here or the ball is lifted, it's going to be a hard time to pull it straight up, right? Because that ball is going to throw it off. So you want to make sure that you're looking behind you as you roll up. And then again, I'm feeling that pelvis press, right? I'm taking a little bit, I'm lifting up and opening that up so that I have that stability, and then also talking to the back of the body. Oh, this arm is here. This arm is here. We come down. This is 1, 2, 3. You're going to turn this out on 4, and then lift and take a little combre and a little pelvis press. 7, 8. I lift up 1, 2, 3. So this can be a low leg. It could be a high arabesque. It's up to you. What I would like you to do, though, I don't care about the height. I do care about the how. So inner thigh is working to lift first and then extend wherever you are, so that you're not just trying to extend and lift. That's ridiculous. Because as soon as you extend, you're going to use those glutes and then try to lift up. You're not going to be able to go very high. So if we're relaxed in the glutes and lifting the inner thigh and then stretching that and then activating that, that'll help support the line as opposed to getting in the way of having that line happen. Anywho, 1, 2, 3, come down 4, 5, 6. We're going to bring the left leg into passe. Circle the arms, drop the head and circle the arms and come back up. You're going to slide out on 1 We hit the hand to circle 3, 4, tap it in, 5, 6. We go to the other side. 2, 3. This is 4, 5, 6. This whole thing is in a 6. You're gonna come into your dig, your figure 4. You open up to your 90 degree, and you can do a flex or a point. It's up to you. I sometimes like the flex so that when I extend the leg, you see the directionality of where I'm going, but it's up to you. Here, you step forward on the left foot, and then you're gonna step on the right foot. We chasse up, we take a breath, and we come in, and then, ooh, forgetting the next part. Out, in, how do we face the front? Ooh, I'm sure that you're at home doing it. Good for you. I'm so sorry. If we were in the studio together, I would see you. And I'd be like, oh yeah, that's what that was. Give me a second. Oh, what's happening with my internet? All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. Dame un segundito. Give me 1 second. And if you know it already, I'm apologizing. Because you're probably at home like rolling your eyes. Here. Maybe you're using this time to think about your hows of all the things that you're doing. You come out. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. Figure 4. Leg. Extend. Step. Step. Chasse out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Done. Great. So I take this out. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to take my jazz square. So I'm going to go right, left, right, left. And that last one, I'm really going to set myself up because I'm going to come in and down to that side. You can add a turn if you want to. So we did stepping forward, take a breath, breathe it out. And now from here, the right arm is going to cross over the left, bring the elbows in, drop the arms down. And then you can take this in like a little mixer. Mix a little, mess around and come down, or you can turn it and come down. Yeah, very good. That brings us up to what we did last week. Let's go with the music, and then I'll bring us back, review again, and then add a little bit more on. That's the goal. All right, and then I want to move this closer to you, so hopefully you can hear all the nuances. Here we go. Right arm. 1. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lift. 2, 3. Melt. 5, 6. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 4. Up. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right, let's do that again. I'm not going to talk so you can hear it, but those are the 6s. I see a comment. Oh, we went further? We did? I don't think so. Did I miss that? What else did we do? Oh shoot, let me pull up a different video. While I'm pulling this up, I'm gonna give you a chance to go over this yourself. Music's going on. Really? Oh my goodness. And 1, 2, 4, hold 6. Down, 2, 3, out, 5, 6, dig, out, lift, 5, 6, step, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we did! Oh my God. 4, 5, 6. Let me go to the end of this. Interesting. Ready from the top. And. Okay, thank you. That is actually not just a little bit more, that's a lot, my bad. Okay, so let me add on. We were here 6. You come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From here, you're gonna cross the left leg around and open up. Head goes back. Drop the head around, and you're gonna land on your left side with the left hand on top of the right. Drop the head down. We go to the other side. You open the wrist and close. Open the wrist and close. We're gonna bring the hands together. Bring your feet together and open up. So now we're actually gonna do an arch, which we haven't done the whole class. Here, and then front of the body to the back of the body to find that line up. Dégagé, float down. Push yourself around. Ooh, hello. Right leg body roll, left leg body roll, and then you're gonna circle back and take your contraction. Whew, that's the whole thing. All right. Thank you so much for reminding me. Let's do that with the music, since that's just review, and then I'll be able to kind of go on and add some more. And I think, Vlad, this might be your first time seeing this, so I apologize that we speeding right along, and yet that's kind of how it's got to go. Ready? Here we go. Top. Right hand. And. Okay, great. Yes, bye, Vlad. Thank you. Awesome. Next part. So we're here. 6. We circle the arms. Put the hands down. You're going to take either a releve, or you can take a saute, or if you just want to take it as an undulation, it's up to you. You're going to take a side pull. Hopefully it fits in your space. A side pull, or maybe just, you can find that line, but you're going to pull, cross the left leg in front of you, right? So we're going side, cross the left leg in front. Now you're going to do 2 ball changes, but instead of the left leg being in front, the left leg is now going to switch to the back. So you go right, left, left. And then with your left leg behind, you're going to bend your knees and face the front. Yeah, take a second, you can just kind of look. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Side, down, ball change, face the front. I know you can't see my foot with my stove. Out, cross, ball change, face the front. And as we know, you make it work in your space. So instead of, you might not be able to go directly to the side, maybe take your side pull, and then maybe you're coming around to the front. And then untwist. And don't worry, the next thing, I'll make sure that the next thing brings us all to the front if you're taking some liberties. Okay. So you come around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, jump. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From here, we're going to go to the floor. So if you're facing the back, or if you're 4, 5, 6, yeah. If you're facing the back, that's fine. You'll step out on the right leg to do your spiral. If you're facing the front, you're gonna step out on your right leg and take your spiral. So we're gonna go to the downstage right corner. So stepping right, turning to the floor, roll yourself around, and then you're gonna come up, take a breath, and then we're gonna come back down. So I'm gonna twist towards my left leg. So I'm coming down, twist towards the left, and I'm gonna roll the other way to stand up. Yeah? Let me just be here in this corner so you can kind of see. So I'm going to go right, twist, put my left hand on the floor, roll myself around, change legs. So now my left leg is in front. I come up, I take a breath, I come back down, face that left leg again or to the front of me, change legs, and then come up and face the front. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's go from here. Ba, ba. I'll just play the music anywhere. Ba, ba. Circle, around, take a jump, side pull, ball change, face the front, spiral. 2, 3, 4, take a breath, back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's see. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Circle, 2, 3, up, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, down. 2, 3, 4, up, 6, down. 5, 6. So it's a little dynamic, those spirals. You gotta like go for it. It's not as soft as the rest of it. All right, here we go. Let's go from the top. Right hand across the left body. Here we go. 1. I know that side pull. I gotta make that work in here. Ha, ba, ba, ba. So the side pull to the ball changes. The side pull is even, and then the ball changes are syncopated. So pull, step, ba, ba, turn. Pull, step, ba, da, ba, turn. 5, 6, 1. Yeah. I don't know how well you can hear all the beats in the music, but the music's going ba, dee, dee, ga, dee, dee, ba, ba, ga, dee, dee, ga, dee, dee, ga, dee, dee, ga, 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 dee, dee, ga, dee, dee, ga. So that's on that second one. Ga, dee, dee, ga, ga, ba, 5, 6. That's what I'm hearing in the music, if that's helpful. Okay, so we did our spiral and we came up and come down and we do our spiral and we face the front. From here, you're going to take an undulation down. And relax the hands, so don't put the hands on the thighs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My head is still down. My armpits are going to take a breath as my arms come up. 1, 2, 3. From here, I'm going to go towards the right. 4, 5, 6, and finish in that table. And we'll stop there today. Yeah, and you can make it yours, right? We're out of the technique part of the class. Yes, we know where our alignment is and we know that we don't want our tables to be here, but you don't have to be so rigid with it that you can get there 5, 6, and maybe there's an épaulement or there's a little bit of a relaxation in the shape that it's not so tense. Whew. All right, let's run this 3 times. Ooh, 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 ooh. I love that y'all are as ambitious as I am with this 2 hours and still feeling like we're pushing. Here we go. And just did it a little longer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can use your full 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then come around. Yeah, so you don't feel so rushed. All right, second time. Here we go. And. So here's the deal. We're going to do this one more time. And I'm prepping us for next week. So next week I'm not going to do a live. I'm going to put this back up. So I guess hello from last week when you watch this next week. Because I will be away. And I think what I'll do is maybe put a couple of classes up so you can have some options. Anywho, now I'm talking to you from next week. So now next week, what you're going to do is, we finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah? Right? So 1, 2, 3. Put that right foot down. 4, 5, 6. And guess what? Now you can practice going to the left. And we come up. And we come down. I'm just going to go through this once so at least you'll have it. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Melt down. 4, 5, 6, turn out. 4, 5, 6. We reach to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, in 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right leg comes in. Figure 4. Lift. Extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Left. 5, 6. Step on the right. Left leg in. 4, 5, 6. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn. 2, 3. Back. Head down and around. So now you're on this side. We go to the other side. Open, close, open, close. Over. Left leg in. Up. Left leg out. Float around. Left arm. Right arm. Facing the left to take that contraction. Circle. Take your jump. Side pull on the left. Right leg is in front, but then right leg goes back behind you. Face the front. Step on the left to take your spiral. Or you can just take it as a chaîné too. And we go to the other side. You're going to melt down. 1, 2, 3. Come up 5, 6. Lift the arm. 2, 3. This time you go to the left. 4, 5, 6. Hit your table. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to face the front. Woo! So you're watching this on the YouTube. What you can do is if you go to the bottom right corner, there's a little gear there. If you click on the gear, you can change the speed of the video. So if you wanted to do that, what I just demonstrated on the left, if you want to like break that down and go slower, you can do that by changing the speed and then, rewinding the music and going back and forth and kind of giving yourself the phrase. So, all right, let's take it for the last time on the right side for this week, and then we'll finish up. All right, here we go. Ready, and hear that music change? Also, bravo. Now you have the full phrase right and left for this week and for next week. Again, you can toggle back and forth on that YouTube video using that gear and slowing the video down or speeding it up. Yeah. And then when I come back the following week, which I think is July 2nd, I'll be teaching July 2nd, like live. We'll start a new phrase. So you'll have one more week with this, and then we do a new one for July. Can you believe it? I feel like June went by so fast. I was like, oh yeah, thinking about this phrase, I was like, oh, we're only in week 2, it's fine. No, we're in week 3, and next week is week 4, and then it's July again. So that's exciting, because that means that we've now done 6 phrases, 6 kitchen phrases, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited to be taking a break, so that's really good. It's the first time that I've actually like scheduled a vacation. Like I have not left Boston in years with an S. Like I have not. I just work a lot. And I mean, I take my rest, so don't get me wrong. I like rest. I don't just work 24 hours a day. I do other things, but to just be intentional about like, I'm going away and I'm not gonna be answering emails and I'm not gonna be doing a whole lot. I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm really excited about it, especially after the year that we've all had and the year that you know that I've had with so much death and loss. I'm like, you know, nothing's guaranteed, as we know all the time. And I don't want to like wait to continue to like give myself something that like I work so hard all the time, as we all work hard. So how can we stop the cycle of this like crazy capitalism that takes over our lives and like center ourselves and be in a good experience with ourselves and not feel like, oh, it's a luxury to take a vacation, or like I'll do that when I'm whatever 50 and have all my money saved and like all of that stuff. Like the reality is anything can happen, and so we want to take care of ourselves. Anywho, I will see you all live in 2 weeks. Enjoy class next week. Have a great weekend this weekend. Happy Juneteenth, right? So if you don't know what Juneteenth is, you should just go and look it up. You can do a quick little Google search about the events of the day and how the enslaved folks in Texas didn't know that they were emancipated. I think it was a year later or 2 years later, or maybe even 3. Maybe not 3. Maybe it was like 2 years. After the Emancipation Proclamation, these folks in Texas didn't know that they were free. So June 19th was the date that they learned of their freedom. And so Black folks celebrate Juneteenth in the same ways that some folks celebrate the 4th of July as like the founding of the country. It's like Juneteenth is like the Black folks' 4th of July is like celebrating their freedom, but not just the freedom of the folks in Texas, the freedom that like finally all of us are now free, even though other folks were free before that. But June 19th was like the time that everybody finally got the message. So anyway, have a great weekend and I will see you later. Bye.